They have self-awareness, right?
Brought forward, what strategies can people develop to be able to see through, to be able to be aware of what bias might be spun at?
It's self-awareness.
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to, right?
It is, but it's a very tough ask for somebody to do. I think to challenge that, a few tools that we are using, and as a layperson, even if you don't want to use Ground News, I hope you do, but if you don't, you can use it yourself. One is very much what we call lateral reading. Again, take the news sources and read it across, even if you don't agree with them. You don't have to, but just having that access and challenging yourself, as you said, having the self-awareness that there are other versions of what's happening. Second, as I said, by going across the news sources, or if you are, let's say on social media, you are the person who gets news on social media, go follow accounts that you might not agree with, and they might make you angry, but at least going out and seeing what we are calling blind spots. So we have a feature called blind spots. What we mean is that if you were reading a certain set of news sources, you would have never come across these news stories, and every single day. And it's not just one side or the other. Both sides of the spectrum are very much, they do that. They just leave certain news stories out. So how are you going to find them?
I'm born and raised in New York City, so I lean left politically. But when someone starts railing on the political right, and I say, well, where did you get that information? And they talk about the New York Times or MSNBC, whatever. And I tell them, I probably watch much more Fox News than you do.
So you're doing that already.
I do it on purpose. And what that helps me is I know there are demographics that watch Fox News exclusively. When I'm set forth into the nation, I have some sense of what forces are operating on people's thoughts. And it makes me a way more potent educator, I think.
I'm so glad you say, Neil, that you do that, because then you can exactly have that empathy to understand where people are coming from.
Yeah, it's not to pass judgment, it's to just understand.
We get such heartening feedback all the time where, hey, I stopped talking to my father, or stopped talking to my uncle, or husband and wife stopped talking because our political views didn't agree, and it's fracturing people. And one common thing that do is, okay, let's agree not to talk politics, but that cannot be the solution. We cannot solve other problems if we don't address and bring people back to common ground. So that's, I think, the only way you can do that is presenting all of the different opinions, and you don't have to agree with it. But when you run into that person who have this opinion, you can have at least a educated conversation about it.
That's a strategy for an individual.
Yes.
That wants to get a better understanding of the news landscape.